From Blasher, often rude, often lewd, though rarely rude, Smokey Daze Haze. I'm Smokey Daze Haze. Whether you laugh or don't laugh, learn to laugh, because I'm the funniest person going today, and you're not. The idiot savant of comedy. The funniest there was, the funniest there is, the funniest there ever will be. This set is ELD, eating lit dessert. You don't deserve what I'm about to serve. Speaking of serving, why do they call it ham if it's from a pig or pork? Yet when it's a hamburger, it's not pig meat. That's why I used to always eat cheeseburgers. Even though it's not kosher, at least I know I'm getting 100% anus meat. Speaking of cow pies, eating shrooms going to school, like I'd munch it up, you know, and I'd like swallow it with like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. I drank Jolt there, but I never really took that with shrooms because it wasn't as good. So it's like if you eat like a cap or a little bit of shrooms, you go through school pretty quick. It's like the school day goes a lot quicker, you know what I mean? But if you eat too much, you kind of get the giggles and you start laughing. So you know what I mean? That's like always, you know, that's always a concern. So you don't want to do that. But yeah. So I got pulled over once in Seacliff where I had shrooms. That wasn't too fun, you know what I mean? I thought I was going to jail then. The person had like a suspended license and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? I would advise not doing shrooms, but it definitely made the school day go a lot quicker when you used to do it. And that's like back in the 90s when anything goes. There was a kid like Liam Kelly, he'd be drunk in school. I think he became a cop, and like I'd be screwing with him when he was drunk. He'd be trying to screw with me when I was on the shrooms. So, you know what I mean? What goes around comes around. Relationships. Once you dip your chips a few times, there isn't much else. It's not like you own them. You know, people always get like all messed up about relationships. It's like eating a bad chicken nugget. You know, eventually it happens. You know it's going to happen. Like you eat the chicken nuggets, like that fatty piece of chicken or whatever, you don't even know. I remember once at like McDonald's, we got the 20 piece at McDonald's. I ate a 20 piece with the kid's hat in like a minute. Like boom, we just went right through it. Like boom, 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 boom. And I mean, it was like ridiculous. You know what I mean? I didn't even know you could like eat something that fast. You know what I mean? It's like eating the, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes relationships are like eating raw KFC bloody chicken in a dark car. You know, you didn't realize it at the time, and then you went back to get your money back and stuff. But it's like, you know, you do it, and then you think, you know, something's not quite right. This is a little bit too juicy. You know what I mean? It's a little too good to be true. I don't know. Something's not quite right. But in the dark, you don't realize it. But when it sheds light on it, and you can see it, and it's illuminated, you really know what's going on. So, speaking of twat, how did the kumquat get its name? You know what I mean? It's like, here comes twat, here comes tot, cum shot, cum spout, cum spot. And how did the cucumber get its name? Cowcumber heifers? Because you know, I think that was like one of the original names. They used to call it like cowcumbers, or cowcumber heifers or something like that. So I'm thinking maybe someone used to take a cucumber and they used to use it kind of like, you know, like a freaking old style dildo or something. Related to the money shot, before going numb, I remember eating like these hash browns, like, you know what I mean? And like, the body goes numb eventually, but like I was talking to these Von Hock twins, like Drukel and Gulliver, we call them. I know them from the mud. And I'm like at this block party. I don't even know how I got there. I don't know how I got back. I only had one brownie at that point. So you mean I'm like out there, I'm like talking to him. He's telling me about how like meth and all this stuff, he feels like when he's on meth, he could like screw anybody, he could talk to his neighbor, he could handle any problem. He's telling me like all these stories, and they're twins, so I didn't know who I was talking to half the time. So it's like Pete, this kid Pete, he got some brownies too, and he goes to see a movie with like his father and his girlfriend, and he's telling me like he couldn't even remember the movie. He was like totally numb. He was almost like he was tripping. Because when I came home, I ate another brownie. I swear, all of a sudden I ate that other brownie. At some point when that brownie kicked in, my whole entire body just went numb. I mean, it was just like, it was an amazing feeling. And this is like back in the 90s, so he had some like hash oil and stuff. He made it really good. It was this kid Malloy, and they call him Malloy the Muffin Man. So in honor of Malloy, we're going to sing the song for him. Oh, does she blow the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Does she blow the Muffin Man who loves one furry mane? Oh, yes, she blows the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Yes, she blows the Muffin Man who loves one furry mane. And speaking them up, this kid Carlin and Brian, like they had like this little skirmish and stuff. So like Brian knew that he was faster than Carlin. So like when Carlin's like turned his back or whatever, he like runs up behind him and he like smashes him in the back of the neck and the back with like a cupcake, and he runs away, and like all the kids were making fun of Carlin and laughing at Carlin because of what Brian did to him. So you mean speaking about getting tucking and stuff like that. They're making various Pac-Man spin-offs. One of them's called Cuck Boy, with the with the I, of course, and the other one's called Puckman, and not only the original name, which is like Pac-Man or something like that. So 4 incels, a leftist feminist, Mary Sue's, blue hair, red hair, pink hair, no hair, instead of ghosts, chase you around and stuff like that. And he eats in no particular order: raisins, snowballs, snow cones, cupcakes, cream pies instead of power pellets, chastity belts, keys, cum spots instead of pack dots, and they're also doing a whole woke diversity version that they're going to call Pacman. Pacman, hey man, Pacman, and it's like a Rasta dreadlock Pac-Man and stuff. And they have green, red, black, yellow hose, and they have a black clenched fist, instead of power pellets, and it turns hose white to pimp out. And then there's pop rocks instead of pack pellets, which pop rocks we all know is crack. And then replacing with typical fruits or bonus items, there's melon becomes watermelon, with Kool-Aid displacing, the Galaxon Boss, for those that know the Pac-Man game. And the rest in no particular order is grits, blunts, hash poppies, chicken neck, waffles, black-eyed peas, ham hocks, chitlins, BBQ ribs, and jambalaya. So waka 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 waka, the waka 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 sound becomes hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. And when he eats, pop rocks, which is crack, so when he's eating the crack rocks, it's basically hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man. Then yeah man. When he's powered up from the fist. So it's like hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, hey man, yeah man. Then after eating white hoe cake, says, every hoe have them stick a bush. 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 Well, Cuck Man or Cuck Boy goes, cuck, 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 goo, when he eats a cream pie, and Planned Parenthood instead of, the Galaxon Boss. But, not to be out woke, Pokemon's changing to Pokemon. So Pokemon's going to be Pokemon. You have to free them all from oppression instead of catch them all. So you got to free them all from prison. Instead of teaching them to fight, you teach them to read and write. Pikachu becomes Paco-Jew and has Misty Fever. He makes Ash Rock watch Eat Misty, then fucks it to tears, which are really Paco-Jew goo from his Pokemon spew. And green, red, yellow, black are the new colors. Which reminds me of, wax gum or wax lips, for people that remember that in the cereal box. There's like these stupid things. I was like, I never knew, like, am I supposed to, is this gum? Can I chew this? Is it safe to eat? Why is it called wax gum? Can I blow bubbles with it and stuff? And it makes me think of people eating candles. And you know what I mean? Like they're thinking it's candy, so they eat the candles. Usually it's like those little ones that they eat, but these days they got wax melts, they got tarts, they got wickless candles, so you know what I mean? I could see how they're wrapped and stuff. You think they're candy, they're easy to eat. So anyways, we'll call this guy Wandam Chu. And basically in physical therapy, he was talking how he's like eating like 2 or 3 candles before he realized what was happening. So he calls like poison control and everything like that. So it was like kind of, it's funny for us, but not for him. But he was alright, he lived. But it just shows how easy people are, like eat candles, they don't even realize it. They're so stupid. So even Mr. Potato Head isn't safe. First they took his pipe, then they took his plumbing pipes. Now it's Potato Head. Instead of coming with accessories, you pay reparations. In the old days, you used to buy them and it was just accessories and they were like too pointy to use on real potatoes. So eventually you'll just pay for Mr. Potato. You'll buy Potato Head and it'll just be reparations. You won't get anything. You know what I mean? You get some, you feel a little bit better about that. But it's like, if anything, these people are genderless and they took their pronouns. So it's supposed to be woke, but now Mr. Potato Head, people don't respect his pronoun anymore. But anyways, speaking of nuts, this one's nuts for play. She took the battering nuts for play, nuts for play, nuts for play. Around my mangold sunbeam, Busted and battered nuts for play. She pussy-toed in bay around my Mayan-built sunbeam. And thank you. In the time that I have left, I'm going to do another version of the Muffin Man. We call this version 2, I guess. Instead of loves, he licks. So, oh, does she blow the Muffin Man?